G'day, ZiggyD here, back with Amie, and we're about to continue our adventures with some investigating in the morgue. Hi, Amie.
Hi.
We did do a little bit of shopping. I bought a treat poisoning skill book that I can use to learn another ranger skill a little bit later on, but I'm not high enough level for it yet. Amie also brought me some nice braces here of extra dexterity. Both our characters leveled too. I put a point into speed, increasing the speed of my character. And what did you do, Ames, for your level?
I did put a point into speed as well, and I also gave myself some willpower defense.
Oh, nice. From talents? From the talents tree? Nice.
No, from abilities.
Yeah, sorry, abilities, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take any abilities this time around. I'm saving my points later, and I'm going to invest more into marksmanship so I can increase my ranger skills a bit further. Expert marksman. So, let's continue our adventure, eh? So, let's go into the morgue. Maybe there'll be some info in here. I'll do the talking. Is there... I can see... nothing. Where's the morgue owner? Maybe I can read this corpse compendium here. Oh, I took it. I don't think anyone's watching. Here you go. I'll send you this book. You can read that book and give me the gist of what's going on in there.
Sure.
I'm going to I don't think we should be in here. I'm gonna close this door. The mortician doesn't seem to be in here. The mortician doesn't seem to be in here. But I'll see what I can find out. Alright, nothing unusual about these corpses.
This is the death rites and rituals of imps and orcs.
So probably not too helpful. But there is a ledger here. This is probably going to be more information. Here you go. Take a look at that ledger. Okay, well, I'm going to head upstairs. You read that. Okay. Roberts. Hello, Roberts.
Greetings.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks, so I'll have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death. Oh, yes. About that, we did find a guy who leapt off after talking to the statues. What can you tell me about Jake's murder, Roberts? Sad story that, though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker, especially not these days with so many laid low by orcs and such like. I just concerned myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest on the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace. About Jake's body. What about it?
Missing.
Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me the third degree? Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to run a business here.
Bye.
So, should we go check out Jake's body? What do you reckon?
Apparently it's gone.
It's gone missing?
Yes, this ledger says that
Oh, he said he didn't know anything about it.
a corpse can't just vanish into thin air, and even if it could, it's not as though a strong wind could blow a sack of gold into the empty slab. So someone paid and took his body. As long as no one goes digging up Jake's coffin, I don't see how the crime could ever be traced back to me.
See if
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
So, the stories don't match up. Let me see if I can confront him about this. Or maybe he's not going to give any info.
I might come up with you, just in case.
How do you, the ledger, is it? Full. I was to leave it open, or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter. What would you like to know? Why do you suspect Mayor Cecil? Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with spare keys to our businesses, you know, and is the only person in town with a second copy of key to the mortuary. Well, that makes sense. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep if he were so inclined. And why do you suspect Captain Aureus? Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered, came rapping at my door in frosty morning before the sun even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through that trouble unless he knew something the rest of us don't. Okay, so why do you also suspect Evelyn? I know it sounds strange, suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city that could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. That makes sense as well. If she was so delivered, it was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary, and there was something about it that night, some kind of excitement. Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. and this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole, but her master, Dr. Thurlin, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure out what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager. And why do you suspect Esmeralda, finally? I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlour. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched, lured me outside claiming she needed air before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in here, grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda. Alrighty. Well, that sounds like all those are good leads then. Alright, where do you think we should head then?
I was going to suggest we check out the overrun hut or cabin that had been purchased.
Do you know where that is?
Or maybe, well, there's no point digging up the body because he told us that there's no body in there and it's just an empty coffin.
That makes sense. The body's been snatched, clearly.
No, I did not.
The other thing we could do is head to the Legion headquarters and talk to Aureus.
I think that would be a good idea.
Alright, well, let's head over. It's over this way.
This is a beautiful old house.
Yeah.
Quite mossy.
Aureus seems to be doing quite well for himself. You know.
You talk to him. I'm going to head downstairs.
Mansion by day, body snatching by night. See what you can find out down there. See if you can rummage through his basement. You never know what you can dig up in someone's basement. Let me see what we can find out from him.
Greetings!
Aureus. What have we here then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Ha! Look, do what you must in Sicile, but don't make waves. Don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I've enough on my mind running expeditions into hostile territory. Aureus, let's discuss Jake's murder. Gods above, some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous. I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop, understand? Yeah, I bet you do. I'm in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu. And definitely not some hotshot source hunter, so investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You tell the guard they have permission to enter. You have my permission to enter. Now off with you. Well, thanks for the permission, Aureus, but actually, Aureus, I have something else to take up with you. In regards to Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has a reputation of being a flirt, there is that, but it doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What, you're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with a perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see, not idle superstition. Let's do some more investigating before we get anyone arresting. He doesn't seem to want to be confronted about his potential involvement here.
Okay, well, I was just downstairs. They don't have anyone in the prison at the moment, but there is a jail key laying on the ground.
Did you pick it up?
I could not without them spotting me.
Let me have a look.
And they have a treasure room behind another Legion, but he did not like me being so close. I've just come across Ahu in cat disguise.
Ahu is in a cat disguise?
Yes.
Perhaps I'd better come up there.
So, now that the cat is out of the bag, what can I do for you?
Perhaps I should wrongly torture and execute Captain Aureus. Then we might find out some information. Since he's so sure that's what we do.
My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, and the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead, hence my involvement in Sicile. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeebling of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet. So you can take the guise of a cat and prefer it over your human form? Something like that, yes. Polymorphing has always been a hobby of mine, and I use it quite often. Does it surprise you that I favour my feline figure? Ha! Oh, it does, Minnie. But then again, you haven't experienced just how far certain boundaries are pushed back when you tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. It's handy to speak in more than meows, no question. Opposable thumbs, I couldn't brew potions or make machines without them, this I freely admit. But to be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness, you can't possibly imagine the thrill. Isn't it dangerous? What if you get stuck in another form? Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise. But I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. Let's talk about Source Hunter business. By all means, let's discuss Jake's murder. Of course, I hope your investigation fares well. What happened the night of the murder? I can but piece together that what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the Grand Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by a few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room, but when he finally did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there no one knows, but I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile, Source, no doubt. Who, in your opinion, are the suspects? I myself have none, but even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. Is there any more you can tell me about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs? I can't say much more, but that they're madmen, all the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be natural enemies. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Alright,
Shall we talk to Esmeralda?
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing we really need to unlock apart from the treasure room, and do we
No,
want to
that's
steal from the
true.
Legion?
Treasure room is tempting, but might cause too many problems at the moment. Hey, I see a mound that could be digged. Let's find some treasures. The earth here seems to be freshly sterilized and aerated. Obviously someone has taken great time to maintain this gravesite. Are you sure you want to disturb it? I and my shovel will do as we please. As you prepare to break ground, you gaze dirt beneath your feet once more. Alright, time to get digging. You plunge your shovel into the earth. Whoa!
What?
Oh my...
What? I'm coming. Oh! Ziggy, where did you go? Oh, okay. I heard him speaking at the... Oh my gosh! The tombstone was on fire. Oh my gosh. There are Ziggy's remains. And a sheep.
Amie, I speak to you from beyond the grave. Please rescue me.
Oh dear. There we go.
Oh, that was highly disturbing. That was exceptionally disturbing. I don't ever want to experience that again.
What happened?
Oh, I was... Okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was digging a grave, and it exploded. Someone obviously taken great care to see that that gravesite was not dug up, so I have no idea what the hell's going on in here, but I want to go find out.
I can't believe you died. I'm so lucky I had that scroll.
I just saw a bright light, felt an intense burning, and then that was it. Nothing. Thank you for thank you for bringing me back.
It's
I think I better drink a healing potion
shout
here.
of death brought me.
Why is this a thing? Oh, a source hunter, imagine that. Quite a bit. More petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia and half a circumference of the biceps brachii, as memory serves. But no matter, no matter. Even if I couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent an individual with next highest probability of success, Oh man. Well, do you know anything about Jake's murder? The Counselor, a terrible loss that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent, and the affairs of his wife Esmeralda are hardly a secret, you know. Let's discuss your apprentice, Evelyn. I didn't mean to imply the girl is wholly without talents, no. She certainly possesses a critical eye and exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I do expect she'll be quite successful here in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Still no answers as to why I was exploded. Oh man. Well, I think I've learned my lesson about grave robbing, guys.
I'm talking to Evelyn. She has to choose which of these men to heal.
She better make a decision fast. I feel like if anyone's gonna die again, it's gonna be me, so maybe I should send you this other resurrect scroll. There you go, I sent you another resurrect scroll in case I cark it again.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe it. Why does this happen to me? Oh my. Okay. Mortician's Morgue. I might head up the hill there. Maybe that will lead to the mayor's house. I'll see you up there. Sometimes when you get exploded, there's only one thing you can do, and that is to laugh about it. Oh, rains have set in.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. There is many skeletons out here. I'd best wait for you before we head out there. I was just trying to head upwards and find the mayor's house.
Oh dear.
Oh! What happened?
I just helped Evelyn. Oh dear.
Okay. Zigzaz. By the quill that lasts a billion words. What's this? What are you doing here? Where are the very stars come to die? Who are you and where have you come from? Who am I? Who the devil are you? No. We may find ourselves at the terminus of time, but I asked you first, and the only courteous to provide an imp a good and honest standing with the answer he desires. Upon reflection, though, it hardly matters who you are, for the question is not who, but how. All we did was approach a strange stone and shone with blinding light and whirled us away. A stone, you say? Could it be? Could I have been right all along? This stone, what was it? Was it bright and beauteous as a diamond, but did it grow softly? Did you touch this stone, or was this me?
No, I instructed Evelyn to use it on an injured man. Because it was a stone of healing.
This was Evelyn.
And then there was lightning everywhere.
Oh, I see. I was just minding my own business out in town. It must have sensed the connection between us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say that's a fairly accurate description then. The Starstone, it must be. For centuries it slept, this bounty of the heavens, but now it is waking and he has brought us, awakened us here. All was dark and all was still, as it has always been and always would be, or so I thought, so I feared, but then the runes around me began to shimmer, shine, and dance like fair-winged fairies roused from slumber. Starstone, could it be the key after all, and you its wielder? Things of light to unlock such things of darkness, lead us into realms forbidden where salvation might yet be found. It would be great if you'd start making sense right about now. Oh, I have been making sense all along, my friend, though I didn't even see it. See! That is what you must do. Approach the looking lens and behold, if you dare, the darkness before which even cosmic shadows flee in terror.
You know, I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
Okay, we're... Oh, this place. I don't think my mind can handle this. What sort of place is this? We're amongst the stars.
Oh dear, what's this? the stars are fascinating. Imagine if I could look through it.
The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onward we should go.
There are strange devices at his feet. I am tempted to see if they can be... Oh!
Don't mind me.
And you just go right ahead. Okay, this is a symbol for fire. That's a symbol for air.
Maybe we need something else from these. Or is there something in these vases? No? Maybe we should continue with him for now. I've tried every imaginable tongue, but from Dwarfigian to Lizardese, but this woman simply won't budge. Maybe she just doesn't like the look of a refined, impish face like mine. Perhaps you'll have better luck, but please do report back what you find, Source Hunter. Alright, let me chat to her. A young woman is ceaselessly weaving a seemingly boundless tapestry with the delicate grace of a harpist plucking at the instrument strings. She takes no notice of anything but her endless occupation. Who are you, madame?
Oh.
At first, it seems this taciturn woman will continue to ignore your presence, but then she suddenly glances at you and her eyes go wide in surprise and wonder. Her lips move ever so slightly, and when she speaks, her voice appears to reach you from untold distance. Whispers wrestled from oblivion. I am Time, the weaver of time. In the ethereal threads of eternity do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through the changing seas, the rise of and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands, this and all I chronicle without fault. Except it seems you. Do you mean to tell me that I'm not featured on the canvas of time? I do not mean to, but it is only a thing that I can do. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes my one perennial imperfection a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness, perchance the blemish may be undone and time can be redeemed. How can I redeem time if, as you say, I'm not even part of it? I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I am no longer held responsible. Know then that I no longer did weave. I sat here at the precipice of ages, and watched on the void phrase fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly there was you, who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they placed new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry, and because you give Starstone energy, you are creating time. These Starstones, please seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all the lives and all the love, seek them so the void may yet not devour itself alone.
Also, you may want to click this chest, the last chest, and see what it has to say.
There's a chest?
Yes. No, further back. Sorry, near the Weaver of Time.
This last chest here. Okay.
Yes.
Let me inspect this just here. I am the last chest, the last chest, the last chest. If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it. Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world. I swear I've seen a chest like this before. And each by each, you'll discover how to open me. Okay. Well, this has taken a turn for the strange. And
Indeed.
I think this might be a good time to take a quick break. And we'll be back in a moment, guys. And for those of you guys watching on YouTube, I'll see you guys in the next episode and we'll uncover just what the hell is going on here.
What have I done?
Get back, just in case. Just in case.
Oh dear.
Oh god, Jared.
Jared. Oh my
What
gosh,
is
he's
this
carrying
thing?
some sort of explosive.
What is this thing? I am, okay.